Good morning to all. Good morning to all students. I hope I'm visible also now. Just looking up at the chat. Kindly confirm the audio and the video. If the audio video quality is fine. Okay, so Bhavnagar air quality is unhealthy, and Lakhimpur yesterday it was 348. That was tremendous, and it has come to 186. It is poor. Koderma. Okay, air quality. Air quality. Anything specific now? Wind is 5. The temperatures, if they're going down, we must note that. Prayagraj is 1 to 1, moderate. Jharkhand, if you are from a smaller district, make sure you mention the state also so that we get to know which state you are talking about. So, today we will be continuing with where we had left. We have done temperature, pressure, heat budget, atmospheric circulation, stability, instability, planetary winds. Monsoon will be done in India. Indian geography, jet streams, air masses, frontogenesis. Weather, climate we have done. So this is what we are. Air masses, frontogenesis is what we will be doing after this. Okay. Today we'll also be doing hydrological cycle. Agra is 328, very poor. Mumbai 141, Banaras is 10 kilometers per hour. That's good wind that you have over there. Kuchinagar is air quality index 138. Kusum is saying I was trying to do PYQ but did not find it satisfactory. What should I do? कुसुम पहला आंसर तो किसी का भी सेटिस्फैक्ट्री नहीं होता, फिर से लिखो उसको. फर्स्ट इज ब्रेन स्टॉर्मिंग. एक तो ब्रेन स्टॉर्मिंग नहीं कर रहे होगे, ऊपर से स्कूल के बच्चे की तरह आंसर लिखोगे तो नॉट सेटिस्फैक्ट्री रहेगा. ठीक है. When we take some answer writing classes, there you can compare. Sitapur is 145, moderate. Vadodara is 108. I get that. Everyone? Let's come back to this. So we were talking about winds. Any questions on that? We were talking about local winds. We were talking about local winds. Any questions on that? Hot and dry dusty winds. We talked about the hot local winds. We were talking about it. We had talked about Leste, Levish, Sirocco. S kahan gaya iska? Am I still white? Yes. Sirocco and Khamsin. S to upar hi. Sorry. Chandoli 159. Mau is 166. Okay, perfect. So now I would want everyone has got a hang of air quality index. I would want from now onwards, please be on a lookout at what is happening to the temperatures in your city. Temperatures in your city. What is happening to the humidity in your city. Temperature and humidity, we'll be talking about that also. So we're talking about Africa. Africa में हमने ये बात कर ली है. We have talked about this. Africa में ही. Africa में, since we were talking about this, I thought of bringing one more wind over here. इसको ऐसे रख लेते हैं. Students who haven't learned how to make world map with me, please look at the previous classes. Learn world map, that is important. And student who have been with our GS classes, you've already attended that. That's good. This is somewhere where we have 30 degrees latitude. This is somewhere where we have 60 degrees latitude. This is where we have 0 degree latitude. Yes. We were talking about winds which are going from here, the warm winds. Yes. The Sirocco's, the Khamsins. In Savin Singh book, too much content over climatology, so I read only your KGS booklet. So Shivi once again telling you, the KGS booklet that was given to you, that was for GS. Now you are in optional. In optional, you need to know more things. Do not be fooled with this idea that जिसमें ज़्यादा है वो मैं नहीं करूँगी. Now that you've taken the optional, you will have to look at that aspect also. Do we get that? So that is one. Second thing is for Savinder Singh, I said whatever area I cover, उसके बाद ही वहाँ से देखना है. So ये हमने बात किया था. So let's not get into that. So यहाँ पर Leste, Levish and Sirocco, we were talking about these winds are flowing over there. Leste, Levish, Sirocco. Do we get that? Now we're talking about this region. Now this region is the equatorial belt. This is the hot and humid belt. This is the hot and humid belt. Now what happens is in the winter season, winters of Sahara, a wind blows in this direction. Winters from Sahara, a wind blows here. Get that? Now this wind is coming from the desert. This wind is coming from the desert, and because it is coming from the desert, what will it be? Will it be dry or not? Will it be dry and dusty? This wind is called Harmattan. So what is Harmattan? Harmattan dry, dusty wind that flows out of Sahara during winters towards the Gulf of Guinea. Yes. So this is your Harmattan. So why is it special? Why is it special? Because it is dry and dusty. That's okay. That's okay, dry and dusty. Now what is happening is here it is hot and humid. Here it is hot and humid. So when it is humid and the dry air comes over there, what will happen? The excess moisture, it will get evaporated. Excess moisture gets evaporated. And remember, evaporation takes away the heat. Say for example, human beings, when we sweat, evaporation happens from our skin and it leaves a cooling effect. Cooling. So tell me one thing, Harmattan has got you rid of what? Moisture and heat. So relief from excess moisture and heat. Will it be better or not? Would it be favorable or not? Yes or no? So when it is favorable, So when this wind is favorable, this is also called as popular name. कौन बताएगा मुझे? People who read it from the book. What is the popular name for Harmattan in this region? In this region, gives relief from humidity, has a cooling effect. Quickly. Doctor wind. So that is also called as the Cape Doctor, not Doctor wind, Cape Doctor. Therefore, called as Cape Doctor, or as some of you are calling it, Doctor wind. Do we get that? So we were talking about the hot local winds. We've talked about these Chinooks. We have talked about Chinook, Yamo, Zonda. Hot, dry, dusty winds can be from Sahara. India में लू, UAE में शमाल. UAE में शमाल. And another one I can add to this, black rollers in Great Plains. Great Plains में कहाँ पे नाम लिखूं? They are called as black roller. Everyone clear? हाँ जी. Dr. Wind, absolutely okay. So this is your Lu. Lu is this category. लू भी इसी में चलती है, लू भी यही है, शमाल भी है एंड ब्लैक रोलर्स भी हैं. और न्यूजीलैंड में इसको नॉर्वेस्टर बोलते हैं. इन न्यूजीलैंड दीज वार्म ड्राई विंड्स आर कॉल्ड एज नॉर्वेस्टर्स. Do we get that? या ऊपर में लिख लो. इन न्यूजीलैंड we call them as नॉर्वेस्टर्स. सो ये माउंटेन से डिसेंड कर रही हैं. न्यूजीलैंड का इधर से ले लेते हैं. सो दे डिसेंड, वार्म ड्राई एयर, नॉर्वेस्टर. Everyone, do we have sufficient names? Sufficient names. And we are asked about these winds, and we also get a question. Often we get a question, what do they do to the local weather? So what do they do to the local weather? What do these winds do to the local weather? जल्दी से बताओ. What can I say about this? What do the winds do to the local weather or local conditions of that area? Local weather. So can I say impacts? Impacts क्या होंगे? What are the impacts of these dry winds, dry dusty winds? So first impact would be definitely temperature will go up. Hot local winds. Yes, temperature will go up. Say for example Chinook. Example Chinook, also called snow eater in frozen prairies. So prairies are frozen. Prairies are frozen when Chinook is blowing through the prairies. If I may bring it to this diagram, Chinook is coming over here. So this part, winter snow melts. Winter snow melts. So when the winter snow melts, that is going to be there. So some people are saying temperature variation. Please get that. Be specific in your answer कि temperature अगर hot wind है तो वो होगा. Yes or no? अभी हमने देखा हरमटन में what did it do? टेम्परेचर चेंज होता है तो इट ऑल्सो मॉडिफाइज द moisture and humidity. Say for example, we were talking about our mutton. Yes or no? Third is if it is dusty. Dusty can increase dust storms. Dust storms have their own problems. Dust storms. Say for example, Shamal and Lou. So what do? They increase the dust. बढ़ा देंगे डस्ट बढ़ा देंगे हेजी कंडीशन कर देंगे हेज ये सुनो ये जो अभी हमने ब्लैक रोलर किया था ब्लैक रोलर वेयर इज इट यूएस के ग्रेट प्लेन्स में कैनबरी बिल्डिंग्स अंडर सैंड कर सकते सो मॉडिफाई द मॉइस्चर एंड ह्यूमिडिटी हरमटन ने तो किया ही किया समबडी वाज राइटिंग ब्लड रेन यू कैन कॉज रेन रेन तो यार कोई भी एयर होगी तो वो अगर इफ इट इज ड्राई वार्म एयर इट विल टेक अप मॉइस्चर नो सो दैट इज देयर सो वो हमने कर दिया सो टेम्परेचर को चेंज करेगा यस मॉडिफाई द मॉइस्चर एंड ह्यूमिडिटी ऑल्सो लाइक हरमटन डिड हियर hot and dry wind which was coming from there from the desert and what happened dry wind caused that so temperature humidity that's there is everyone with me on this so अगर आपसे पूछता है तो you should be able to do that also अब हम आगे बच्चों cold wind पर so everyone this 30 till 30 can I say this belt is the warm belt 30 to equator this belt is the what kind of a belt warm belt yes or no all this is warm so if the local winds are coming from here they will have a heating impact but what if the winds are coming from here everyone all kinds of wind which are coming from the pole what will they be they will be cold local winds or not this side will they be cool or not and if they are coming from the poles will they be cold or not if they are coming from the poles yes or no so when we are talking about the hot winds are probably from the tropical area towards the poles cold local winds are generally cold local winds are generally source lies in the cool or cold mid and high latitude anticyclonic regions or elevated cold lands यहां से आने वाली हैं ठीक है so cold local winds are mostly coming from there the most famous one जल्दी से बताओ the most famous one is let me go for blizzard over here term originally from Canada now used in all polar icy storms ठीक है, started from Canada, the idea, but now even Antarctic blizzards are there. So blizzard has become a very, very common term. So this was North America. This was North America. This is your two mountains, Appalachians and the Rockies. And in between your cold air, cold polar air tries to enter. So what is this? Cold polar air mass. And as it enters, it comes as very strong, cold, icy winds. These are your blizzards. What will they do? They will have an impact of bringing the temperature to sub-freezing levels. Bring down temperature to sub-freezing levels. So what will it do? It will freeze the prairies, entire this whole area up to this area, almost up to Texas. Almost up to Texas, ये ठंडक लेकर आ जाएगा. So this will bring those sub-freezing areas. And if you remember Chinooks, so what will Chinook do? Chinook will melt this ice, so ice eater or snow eater. Blizzards, yes. So any name for them? They have another names called. कुछ नाम अगर मुझे लिखने हैं. बुरान इन साइबेरिया. और क्या है? पुरगा इन टंड्रा, एशियन टंड्रा और साइबेरियन टंड्रा बेल्ट. So Buran and Purga are another names. Blizzards now. So polar icy storm even in Antarctica. Originally they came from Canada. Canadian blizzards और अब सब जगह पर. Is everyone okay with this? Now the next one which I have for you is Mistral. What is it? Mistral. Okay, descents. Descents during winters in Western Mediterranean along Rhone River Valley. Yes, this is Mistral. Phenomena spread from mouth of Ebro River, mouth of Ebro to Gulf of Genoa. So abhi I was talking about all the what was I talking about? All the industrial regions in my world geography classes. तो वहाँ हमने इटली के इंडस्ट्रियल रीजन किए थे. सो दिस इज योर एब्रो रिवर. कौन सी रिवर है? एब्रो, स्पेन में है. दिस इज योर रोन रिवर एंड दिस इज योर पो रिवर. तीन रिवर है, एब्रो, रोन, पो. और यहीं पर आता है जिनेवा. जिनेवा यहीं पर है. इस पूरे एरिया में, दिस होल एरिया इज impacted by a wind called मिस्त्राल. मिस्त्राल कैसे फ्लो करता है? मिस्त्राल फ्लोज साउथवर्ड लाइक दिस. दिस इज योर मिस्त्राल. गेट दैट? मिस्त्राल इधर फ्लो करता है. अगर हम एड्रियाटिक सी की बात करते हैं, when we are talking about Adriatic Sea, we call it Bora over here. इधर इसको क्या बोलते हैं? बोरा. बोरा एरियाटिक, एड्रियाटिक सी. और ओवर एजियन सी, इधर एजियन सी है. एजियन सी पे अगर हम देखें, सो आई थिंक इट इज कॉल्ड ग्रिगेल. ग्रिगेल, बोरा, ग्रिगेल, मिस्त्राल. बोरा, ग्रिगेल, मिस्त्राल. बोरा, ग्रिगेल, मिस्त्राल are cold winds, are cold winds, very very strong winds which will be coming. Everyone clear? कहाँ पर है? इधर वापस लेकर आता हूँ. Remember we were talking of this. इधर क्या है? This is मिस्त्राल. मिस्त्राल. इधर क्या आया? बोरा. बोरा. एंड इधर क्या आया? ग्रिगेल. So from north, Mistral, Bora, Grigel are coming. From south, Leste, Levish, Sirocco are going. These are cold, these are warm. और ऊपर क्या आता है? ऊपर आता है बुरान, the cold area, और पुरगा. पुरगा, बुरान in the polar regions, in the Eurasian part. Is everyone clear about the cold winds? ऐसा नहीं है कि these are the only ones. There will be more also. There will be more. But what we are talking about is if we are to write the answer on winds, if we are to write the answer on winds, cold local winds, hot winds, and also other local winds, mountain and sea breeze, katabatic, anabatic. In fact, इनमें भी एक katabatic effect होता है. किसमें? Bora and Grigel. They also have katabatic effect apart from cyclonic origin. So they originate because of that cyclonic condition over there, but they do have a katabatic effect. So they come as very, very strong winds, 120, 150 kilometers per hour, and they can cause, in the Adriatic Sea, Aegean Sea, ships, if they are there, they can topple on this. Is everyone with me on this? Are we clear? So this was my topic on winds. I hope everyone is comfortable with that. I end the topic on winds with this planetary and local winds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 basic climatology topics. और rather ये वाला भी इसी में include हो जाएगा. They should have ये syllabus when UPSC gave सिलेबस को उन लोगों ने ढंग से लगाया नहीं. हीट भी हो गया, सर्कुलेशन हो गया, इंस्टेबिलिटी, एंड दिस वन वेदर एंड क्लाइमेट. ये तो कंफर्टेबल एवरीवन. ये जीएस लेवल में भी चाहिए. सो दिस इज अ फेयरली कॉमन लेवल दैट वी हैव. वी मस्ट बी नोइंग दिस. एंड आफ्टर दिस आई इंटेंड टू गेट इनटू एटमॉस्फेरिक ह्यूमिडिटी और उससे आएगा हमारे पास प्रेसिपिटेशन and hydrological cycle. This is what I intend to do today, so that these basic things are done for the whole class. So my next topic would be humidity. So let's come to humidity. Let's switch over to humidity. When we are talking about humidity, we are talking about water in atmosphere. Water in atmosphere. We're talking about water in atmosphere. Yes. Aditya Singh, sir, I'm not a part of GS course of KGS. Can we please get overview of map drawing? प्रीति सिंह सर यूट्यूब पर वीडियो है मैप ड्राइंग का. यूट्यूब पर आई थिंक वर्ल्ड मैप नहीं है, इंडिया मैप बनाया मैंने. देयर इज दिस इंडिया मैप ड्राइंग थिंग. And people who are not in GS course, a lot of world geography they have missed on. Okay. So did we not do any of the what फाउंडेशन क्लास में मैप ड्राइंग नहीं किया? फाउंडेशन क्लास में हैव वी नॉट डन मैप ड्राइंग? In the foundation classes, have we not done world map drawing? Or we were just looking at NCRTs, some basic NCRTs, those were the times. Okay, so we have not done. Okay. चलो ठीक है, we'll do map drawing after this. So इसमें हमें काफ़ी कुछ यूज़ करना पड़ गया. In local winds we had to use a lot of map. I think उसके अलावा तो हम इतना map नहीं बना रहे थे, but we need to do that. So probably I will take a class on map drawing. एक अलग सेशन रख देते, अनाउंस कर देते. ठीक है, we will announce that session in the coming week. So people who do not know world map will do that also. Get that? And all the all the optional students who are in our GS batches, I requested you to do the world geography classes in GS because there is more detailing and factual based information in GS, which we don't do much in optional. So that advantage, if you were in GS, that is there. But now in GS, we are starting with general geography. You need not attend the GS classes now. Yes. यस सर, जिन्होंने जीएस क्लासेस की थी उनके लिए इजी था. सो आई नो दैट इट विल बी इजी बिकॉज इन वर्ल्ड ज्योग्राफी वी लुक एट द वर्ल्ड क्लाइमेट, वर्ल्ड वेजिटेशन, world resources, and more from a prelims point of view. So more factual things are there, more things to be memorized through visual maps, so that is why that is there. But many students still come to my GS class and put in the chat, sir, I am your optional student, should I attend or not? Only world geography is what I wished you to attend. because optional में हम उतना factual नहीं होंगे. Optional में we will be more conceptual. So people who are in that, they stand to have an advantage. और अभी whatever my GS classes are, now they are general geography classes. Please save your time. Please focus on your preparation. Do not attend the GS classes with general geography happening over there. Even for Indian geography, we will see. वैसे तो आपका Indian geography इधर कराया जाएगा, but just in case you are writing prelims 2025, if you are writing prelims 2025 and you want a quick Indian geography, then you can attend those Indian geography GS classes. But अभी नहीं, अभी you should be saving your time and put it into your self study. And for self study, people who've been attending my GS classes, I think last 1 week से I've been pushing all my GS students to work on their planners. सो प्लानर्स पे काम करना शुरू करिए. अगर प्लानर्स पे काम नहीं करेंगे आपका सिलेबस ख़त्म नहीं होगा. पीपल हु आर राइटिंग फॉर 2025, you will be surprised and sad that you prepared also, you went to the institutes, you got best of the uh, 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 directions from your teachers, but you were not able to clear your prelims. So this is the time. November is the time that you start taking things in your hand. Yes or no? सो उस प्लानर को बताइए, बनाना शुरू करिए. पीपल हु आर इन ऑफलाइन, आई हैव इनवाइटेड देम टू शो मी देयर प्लानर्स ऑल्सो. वो मुझे अपनी जीएस क्लास के बाद सम ऑफ देम हैव अप्रोच मी, शोन ऑल्सो, and there are things which I am giving out. Those discussions are happening in the GS classes. So optional ka I'm not very sure that who all are giving 2025, because optional itself is a long one. Some of you may have opted for it, but most of you are from our GS batches also, so you already know the backward planning which I keep on talking about. And the people in the current batch, उनके लिए तो almost रोज ये बात हो ही रही है. So we're talking about water in atmosphere. So water stays in three states. Water stays in three states. What are the three states? Solid, liquid, and gas. Yes or no? Solid, liquid, and gas. One is this. Second is when we are talking about in atmosphere, we are talking about water in gaseous state, and that is called water vapor. Two aspects about water vapor. Vary from place to place and time to time. Range क्या है? 0.4 to 4.0% by volume. Yes or no? Is called the variable component of atmosphere. We've done this very well in our previous class. Variable component. Yes or no? But there's an interesting thing which I want to add here. Overall, the planet's water vapor amount stays nearly constant. Now I want everyone to give it a thought. एक जगह मैं उसको वेरिएबल भी कह रहा हूँ, एक जगह कांस्टेंट भी कह रहा हूँ. व्हाट डू आई मीन? इज दिस डाइकोटमी क्लियर टू अस? ये दो बात एक साथ में कैसे कह सकता हूँ? हाउ कैन आई से these two things in the same breath? That's my question to all of you. Quickly. So something may vary locally. So Say for example, today in a class, in a geography class, I may teach more topics. In some other classes, I may teach less topics. But overall, the syllabus remains constant. Yes or no? First aspect is regional. Yes, that is regional. Or can I say spatio-temporal? So, Shama, you've written it right. But can I use the term more technical, spatio-temporal? छोटे area पर, yes, but this is more on a global scale, on a planet's water level. So this is the global level, and this is at a regional scale. Do we get that? So tell me one thing, when we have the heat, the planet's heat, the heat received and the heat lost is more or less constant. The planet's heat received and the heat lost is more or less constant. Yes or no? Is everyone with me on this? But there is something that I wish to tell, that planet's heating is not uniform across latitude. Remember the heat budget, heat excess and heat deficit. So what happens? That keeps on changing, that keeps on balancing. Balancing keeps on happening or not? Similarly, water vapor must also be moving. Water vapor must also be moving, trying to balance. Do you get that idea or not? Do you get that idea or not? And I also want to tell you, this movement will involve change of phase. Get that? Liquid can turn into gas, and that is called evaporation. Gas can turn back to liquid. What is that? Condensation. In condensation, I am saying plus. In evaporation, I am writing minus. So when evaporation happens, energy is taken by the water. It is hidden as latent heat of evaporation or vaporization. So I put energy is minus. So energy कम हो जाती है, energy hidden हो जाती है. Yes or no? And it causes cooling. But when condensation is happening, positive means energy is released. Energy is released. And what do we call this? Latent heat of condensation. Yes or no? We've already talked about this latent heat of condensation. What will it do? It will cause heating in an area. So suddenly if rain happens, so after rain the temperature increases because latent heat of condensation. And we also looked at, when we were talking about the adiabatic cooling, because of the release of latent heat of condensation, the rate of cooling, which was 10 degrees Celsius per kilometer, that rate also was brought down. DLR was brought down to WLR. Is everyone with me on this? Done? अच्छा, लिक्विड टू सॉलिड को क्या बोलते हैं? लिक्विड टू सॉलिड इज कॉल्ड freezing, and solid to liquid back is called melting. Is everyone okay? So the transfer of stage is happening. Can it happen that gas directly changes into solid? Gas directly changes into solid. Possible? Or solid changes into gas? So in school, I read it, and this process was told to me as sublimation. Sublimation था या नहीं था? Get that? So now there are many writers who call this whole process of liquid turning to or gas turning to gas turning to solid and solid turning to gas as sublimation. दोनों प्रोसेसेस को सब्लिमेशन का नाम दिया गया है. इज एवरीवन ओके? डू यू अग्री बोथ द प्रोसेसेस आर कॉल्ड सब्लिमेशन और नॉट? सब्लिमेशन सब्लिमेशन नो कमेंट सर, मुझे पता ही नहीं. सो गैस टू सॉलिड, some people have called it crystallization. Crystallization, but many scholars have kept it as sublimation. Is everyone with me on this? So we're talking about atmospheric water. This atmospheric water, नहीं deposition नहीं है, word है crystallization. So straight away that is happening. And how does it happen? We'll look at that also. There are certain temperatures. This is associated with certain temperatures, temperature values. You would have heard of freezing point. You would have heard of melting point. Yes or no? This is called boiling point. Boiling point, and you would have also heard of condensation point. Either आता है sublimation point. School days, remember those words? So we've not got into atmospheric vapor. First idea was that this vapor is water in the atmosphere is in gaseous state, and that is water vapor. This is variable 0.6 to 0.4 to 4.0, and also globally this remains more or less constant. Globally this remains more or less constant. So if it is constant more or less, so that brings us to the idea of how is it constant. How is it constant? So that brings us to a topic which is called as the hydrological cycle. What are we here? We are going to talk about hydrological cycle. So what do you know about hydrological cycle? School में पढ़ा है कभी? Everyone, have we heard something called as hydrological cycle in the school? Quickly. Hydrological cycle. Yes. Subset of biogeochemical cycles. Subset of biogeochemical cycle. So 8th क्लास में पढ़ा है. चलिए बहुत अच्छी बात है, 8th क्लास में पढ़ा है, तो लेट्स डू दैट. So there is a mountain, there is a mountain, there is a plateau, and then there is this plain, and then the coastal plain, and then the continent ends over here, and this is your oceans. What are these? These are your oceans. Oceans are called the reservoir pool of water. Oceans or we can also call it the hydrosphere. Get that? Oceans or hydrosphere. Now what happens is, because of sun's heat, because of sun's heat, which is coming in the form of insolations, energy that energy causes water to evaporation. So water will turn into vapor, phase change, and as it rises up, it cools, and upon cooling, it condenses to form cloud. So what is happening? Evaporation is happening, clouds are there, and clouds will be pushed by the winds also. Is everyone okay? Now here, what will the cloud produce? Clouds will produce rain. Clouds will produce, what is this? This is rain. So cloud, and this is rain. Now what has happened is the water from its reservoir pool, hydrosphere, it has entered what? Atmosphere. Atmosphere ये चला जा रहा है. So what is atmosphere? Atmosphere is called the exchange pool. Exchange pool. Reservoir pool is the ocean. Reservoir pool is the ocean, and from here it can go to many places. Get that? So water reaches the mountain top, and it gets trapped in frozen ice cap. We call this as cryosphere. We call this as cryosphere. Is everyone with me? So what is happening? Cryosphere में आ गया. So the water has started from its reservoir pool, and that reservoir pool is hydrosphere. Hydrosphere से कहाँ पर आ गया? Cryosphere. Cryosphere is also what? Exchange pool. From here, the water can melt. Yes or no? Water can melt. Ice can melt. This one is called the surface flow. What is this called as? Surface runoff. Surface runoff is happening, and this surface runoff has come here and eventually meet this. But this is where the water has come in contact with lithosphere. Lithosphere is also an exchange pool. Some of the water can seep down. What will this be called as? This will be called as ground water. Is everyone okay? So water started from the reservoir pool, went into the atmosphere exchange pool, went into the cryosphere, went into the lithosphere, and in between what do we have? In between we have, say for example, I'm talking about some plants also. plants will also take energy or not? Will the plants take energy from the sun and water from the soil? So what is this? This is biosphere. Biosphere. This is also exchange pool. And from biosphere also, the plants also lose moisture. Yes or no? Plants also lose moisture. So what is happening? Evaporation is happening. Plants वाले को क्या बोलते हैं? Transpiration. Transpiration. So evaporation and transpiration. Is everyone okay with this? So first of all, have we drawn the diagram? Did we understand or not? And this groundwater will also come back. Surface water will also come back, and the whole cycle will be completed, and that will be called as your hydrological cycle. Is a continuous ongoing cycle with no definite beginning or end. It is the circulation of water from one part of earth system, which is your reservoir pool, to other, which is your exchange pool. Yes. Sir, below transpiration what is written? Transpiration के नीचे बायोस्फीयर लिखा है ना ये प्लांट्स वाला इज बायोस्फीयर. इतना टेक्निकल नहीं है यार, स्कूल में ही था ये. एवरीवन स्कूल में किया कि नहीं किया ये? द प्रोसेसेस इन्वॉल्व, क्या प्रोसेसेस है इसमें? What are the processes that are involved in this? Which processes are involved in this? Quickly check from this. सामने लिखा हुआ what processes are involved in this? सबसे पहले evaporation, और प्लांट्स के केस में transpiration. After that clouds will be formed, condensation. And once the clouds are formed, they have to come down also, the water, precipitation. significance, responsible for moisture and energy redistribution of atmosphere. Second important aspect, hugely impacted, hugely impacted by human interference. The cycle has got accelerated. अगर लिखने को बोला तो ये करेंगे. राहुल गुप्ता इज सेइंग हीट, इवेपोरेशन, कंडेंसेशन, प्रेसिपिटेशन. सो हीटिंग तो है ही, हीटिंग के बाद जो प्रोसेसेस हैं, प्रोसेसेस से द प्रोसेसेस आर द फेज चेंज, इवेपोरेशन, कंडेंसेशन एंड इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग, ये जो है आप इंट्रो एंड कंक्लूजन में ये दो चीजें यूज कर सकते हैं. These two ideas can be used in intro and conclusion. The diagram should be there. What is it about? And you can explain each steps in detail depending upon the demand of the question. 10 marker में पूछा तो इतने में हो जाएगा. Other things can be there. If any questions, please ask. The diagram is done. Responsible for moisture and energy redistribution. Done. Deepak is saying, can we write infiltration also as a process, or cryosphere as an exchange pool? So, by जैसे what is an exchange pool? Exchange pool is something where the material is brought from some other source. So oceans, if we are looking at water, 70% of the earth is covered by oceans. So mostly water का pool क्या है, जहाँ पर वो main उसका वो है, reservoir pool is ocean. Reservoir pool छोड़ने के बाद when it leaves reservoir pool, whichever sphere it enters, atmosphere, biosphere, lithosphere or cryosphere, all of them will be called as exchange pool, because वहाँ पर वो start नहीं हुआ, that is not the main place of stay over there. Say for example, a person has been born in India, his citizenship is that of India, most of his life he has been in India, so that is his reservoir pool. But he chooses to go on a trip to Sahara Desert, so hot areas. Then he decides to go on a trip to the tundra region of Siberia, that is the cold area. Then he decides to come to Hawaii Island, the oceanic region, the hydrosphere region, and then he comes back to India. So India always remains his reservoir pool and all others are exchange pool. सो आशीष मौर्य कह रहे हैं सर क्रायोस्फीयर एज एन एक्सचेंज पूल बताइए। इसका मतलब आशीष मौर्य आपको कुछ समझ ही नहीं आया। क्रायोस्फीयर नहीं समझ में आया तो क्रायो अंग्रेजी का शब्द है, क्रायो मीन्स फ्रोजन, स्फीयर मीन्स जमा हुआ स्फीयर। सो पोल हुआ या आइस कैप्स हुए ऑन माउंटेन्स, दोज आर कॉल्ड क्रायोस्फीयर। अब इसमें क्रायोस्फीयर एज ए एक्सचेंज पूल समझ में नहीं आया तो आप बताओ आपको ये कैसे समझ में आ गया फिर एटमोस्फियर एज एन एक्सचेंज पूल? हाउ डिड यू अंडरस्टैंड लिथोस्फियर एज एन एक्सचेंज पूल? आइदर यू फूलिंग योरसेल्फ और यू आर अननेसेसरीली आस्किंग अ क्वेश्चन। हाँ, आपको क्रायोस्फीयर नहीं आता वो आपकी अंग्रेजी की प्रॉब्लम है, आप वो बोलो कि सर क्रायोस्फीयर नहीं पता है। क्रायो मीन्स फ्रोजन, फ्रोजन स्फीयर, वेर एवर आइस इज देयर दैट इज कॉल्ड क्रायोस्फीयर। Is everyone okay? So infiltration is no process in the change of phase of water. So water की बात हो रही, हाइड्रोलॉजिकल साइकिल की बात हो रही। Is everyone okay? सो ये आपके लिए वर्ड्स भी आ गए हैं। दिस इज योर हाइड्रोलॉजिकल साइकिल। अभी मॉइस्चर एनर्जी रीडिस्ट्रीब्यूशन मैंने लिखा है। आई रियली थॉट पीपल हु आर सीरियस, वो सीरियसली इन दिस कॉन्वर्सेशन, ये क्वेश्चन यहाँ पर आएगा सर ये मॉइस्चर एनर्जी रीडिस्ट्रीब्यूशन कैसे करता है। बट लोग कहाँ पे फंसते हैं? रिमेंबर फ्रॉम डे वन एंड आई वुड से टिल डे एंड, पीपल विल बी कॉट ओनली ऑन डिक्शनरी थिंग्स। डिक्शनरी थिंग ही उनको रोकेगी। सर क्रायोस्फियर इन दिस थिंग बताओ, एंड आई एम सेइंग बिकॉज ऑफ दिस मोस्ट पीपल डोंट क्लियर द एग्जाम। ये क्वेश्चन ये आना है, हाउ डज मॉइस्चर एंड एनर्जी ट्रांसफर हैपन? How does moisture and energy transfer happens? Moisture and energy transfer in atmosphere. Now this is a concept, but हम लोग किस में अटकेंगे? सर ये moisture की spelling में I क्यों आता है? So everyone, I remember that if this is earth, this area is heat excess, this area is heat deficit. I can also say this is the latitudinal heat budget. Heat budget. Therefore, हाँ इसीलिए कह रहा हूँ कृष्णा, फोकस ऑन दिस, वो बच्चों वाला वो नहीं है topic. The topic is much deeper. Now we are looking at like temperature. This is to do with temperature, and temperature decides the moisture. Temperature decides the moisture. We have a difference in moisture difference also. At equator there will be high moisture. High moisture, yes or no? High moisture means what? Heat is more, so what is happening? More evaporation. Do you agree or not? Why? Because of thermal region. Yes. So can I say that this is the evaporation belt? True or not? Evaporation belt. But the amount of moisture will reduce in the subtropical high pressure belt. Yes or no? STHP, clear sky, sinking air. True or not? And then moisture will again increase here. Moisture will again increase here at 60 degrees, subpolar low. Why subpolar low? Why will it increase over here? So because here polar front is there. Front causes the air to rise, and what will happen? There will be more cloud over here, more rain over here. Yes or no? True or not? So can I say moisture distribution is uneven? Surplus precipitation. Surplus precipitation is where? Equator plus mid lat belt of front. Mid latitude belt of fronts. And where is moisture deficit? Quickly tell me. Where is precipitation deficit? (20 to 40 degrees subtropical high pressure belt. Yes or no? Here, what will happen? Latent heat of condensation is getting released. And here, because more evaporation, desert is there, no? More evaporation, desert will have more evaporation, less precipitation. Less precipitation. Less precipitation. So what will happen over here? जल्दी से बताओ. Latent heat of vaporization, it will be lost. Imbalance आया कि नहीं? So moisture and energy imbalances are there or not? Heat budget, can I say imbalance? Excess deficit imbalance. Yes or no? सरप्लस लिख देते. इधर भी true or not? Everyone, did we understand this or not? So on two counts there is an imbalance. There is an imbalance. There is an imbalance, and this imbalance has to be restored. Who will restore this? Who will restore this? अब ये कॉन्सेप्ट है, ये किसी ने नहीं पूछा. पूछ क्या रहा है? सर क्रायोस्फीयर का मतलब बताओ. जल्दी बताओ. हाउ विल यू रिस्टोर इट? कैसे करेंगे? इम्बैलेंस तो आ गया. ये तो हीट का था, ये टेम्परेचर का था, और ये मॉइस्चर का था. What did I tell you? How is the heat balance restored? How is this balance restored? Quickly tell me. दिस बैलेंस हाउ इज दिस रिस्टोर्ड, जल्दी बताओ. आई हैव ऑलरेडी टोल्ड यू इन द हीट बजट. इन द हीट बजट रेस्टोरेशन के लिए क्या होता है? आई मेड यू राइट डाउन फ्लूइड फ्लो, विंड्स एंड ओशन करंट्स. करवा चुका हूं या नहीं करवा चुका हूं? कुछ पिछला रिवाइज नहीं कर रहे. यस और नो? हीट का तो हमने बता दिया था. डिड वी डू दिस और नॉट? वो देखो आदित्य कह रहा है एंटी साइक्लोन. मजाक मत करो एवरीवन. डू यू रिमेम्बर डूइंग दिस और नॉट? ये आदित्य योगेंद्र और इन सब की बातों में मैं आ गया तो सब बर्बाद हो जाएगा. सब बर्बाद हो जाएगा. आदित्य योगेंद्र ने पढ़ा तो है नहीं, पिछला रिवाइज भी नहीं किया. आज बैठे बैठे अपनी जो भी साइंस जानता है वो बताने की कोशिश कर रहा है. इफ आई एम ट्रैप्ड इन पीपल लाइक दिस, वो सब बेकार हो जाएगा. गेट दैट? सो अब हमें यहाँ पर करना है. हीट बजट का तो हमने बैलेंस देख लिया था, यहाँ पर कैसे होता है. सो पहला होगा, फर्स्ट वी विल हैव इज लैंड सी मॉइस्चर एक्सचेंज. लैंड और सी के बीच में मॉइस्चर विल बी एक्सचेंज. यस. ओशंस लूज more moisture through evaporation than precipitation. So earth पे more moisture on water, less moisture on land, but that balance is restored by more and more evaporation will happen from the oceans and that will be transferred to the land. Sir, how is it transferred? Remember the winds will transfer them. Local winds can also be there, planetary winds can also be there. From Pacific Ocean, will the westerlies bring the water to the North America or not? Yes or no? So that's what we are talking about. That's the first one. And the second one is called the meridional moisture. Meridional moisture exchange. Yes or no? ये हमने पहले ही देख लिया है. लैटिट्यूडिनल विंड फ्लो पैटर्न्स. So meridian across a meridian in different latitudes. Remember Hadley's cell, Ferrel's cell, and those things. So latitudinal wind flow patterns. This we have discussed. So फिर से बता रहा हूँ कि it is mostly through wind, mostly through winds. यहाँ पर क्या था? Wind and ocean currents. इधर क्या है? Mostly through winds. Mostly through winds. Is everyone okay? Is everyone okay? I hope you can see there was no role of cyclone and anticyclone in this. कि दो तरह से ये मॉइस्चर अपने को इक्वलाइज करता रहेगा. And gradually the moisture will shift. So evaporation and condensation, those energies, more rain will happen and then it will keep on shifting that ways. Is everyone with me on this? So ये हुआ moisture. अब थोड़ा सा आपको वाटर के बाद एटमॉस्फेरिक ह्यूमिडिटी टाइप्स. ह्यूमिडिटी के टाइप्स की हम बात कर रहे हैं. So first of all, when we are talking about humidity, we need to understand certain things. We need to understand certain things. That atmospheric humidity refers to the water vapor present in atmosphere. Water vapor present in atmosphere. Yes, water vapor in atmosphere. Now, how do we measure it? How do we measure it? So सबसे पहले आता है, सबसे पहले we get something called as absolute humidity. We have something called as absolute humidity. Absolute humidity. The weight of water per unit volume of air. Weight of water per unit volume of air. This is given in units of grams per cubic meter. Do we get that? So I want to know about how much water is there in the air. How much water is there in the air? So what do I have? What do I have? I have the air is there. This is the air. One cubic meter air. Okay. Now what I do is I measure the weight of these gas molecules. The weight will be in grams. The weight will be in grams and the volume is meter cube. Suppose this is 10 grams. So if 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 or 10 grams. So abhi kitna hai? Everyone, what is it? 10 grams per meter cube. Yes or no? So I'm trying to find the net worth of Ambanis and Adanis. Yes or no? And trying to compare them with that of Elon Musk. Yes. So एग्जाम्पल दे रहा हूँ कि अंबानी की नेटवर्थ, एग्जाम्पल दे रहा हूँ, जस्ट एन एग्जाम्पल, मे बी फॉर एग्जाम्पल सेक, कितना यूएस डॉलर लगाए अंबानी और इलॉन मस्क, कितना यूएस डॉलर लगाए जल्दी बताओ. कितनी होगी नेटवर्थ ऑफ इलॉन मस्क? एनी गेसेस? गूगल करके बता दो, कोई बात नहीं. कह रहे 30,000 करोड़. ऐसे ही मैंने डाला और आ गया. अब हम देख रहे हैं, ये मजा नहीं आया. 10,000 करोड़ आया ऐसा बता रहा है, ऐसा बता रहा है. crore and billion, whatever we are looking at. तो मैंने लिख दिया इसका 30,000 crore, इसका 10,000 crore. Is everyone okay? No, everyone, that's their net worth. That's their net worth. अब if you get to know that Elon Musk का 30,000 करोड़ जो है उसका 50% is in his shares. किसका है? उसका मार्केट शेयर जो है इक्विटी मार्केट में जो उसका कंपनी है. डू वी गेट दैट? 30,000 crore US dollars, 50% is there. And suddenly US share market falls. US share market falls and his share becomes half. So will Elon Musk's net worth change or not? 50% is in share market. Elon Musk का कितना है? 30,000 crore is his net worth. 30,000 crores. तुम सोचो यहाँ पर करोड़पति की बात होती है. 30,000 करोड़, 30,000 करोड़पतियों के बराबर अकेला एक इलॉन मस्क है. सो मुझे बताइए, अगर उसके शेयर्स की वैल्यू गिर गई, अगर उसके शेयर की वैल्यू गिर गई तो उसकी नेटवर्थ 50% रह जाएगी कि नहीं रह जाएगी? सो इज इट वाइज, इज इट अ गुड वे टू कंपेयर द नेटवर्थ जिसमें शेयर भी हो, या शेयर मार्केट का कंपोनेंट हटा देना चाहिए? बिकॉज इट्स वेरी वेरिएबल, नो, इट इज हाईली वेरिएबल. सो इफ आई वांट टू कंपेयर, यार अपना सॉलिड नेटवर्थ बताओ, ये नहीं कि दिस इज वेरिएबल नेटवर्थ. यस और नो? वुड यू बी इंटरेस्टेड इन दैट और नॉट? इज इट सेंसिबल और नॉट? इफ आई एम कंपेयरिंग, आज इतने शेयर हैं, इसके शेयर टूट गए तो उसके बाद उसकी नेटवर्थ बदल जाती है. हाउ डू आई कंपेयर? ट्रू और नॉट? इस एग्जाम्पल को छोड़ देते, फॉरगेट दैट. हमको क्या करना है? हमको एटमॉस्फेयर में ह्यूमिडिटी पता करनी है. एटमॉस्फेयर में ह्यूमिडिटी पता करनी है. तो कितना है जल्दी से बताओ? रियल एटमॉस्फेयर में कितना है अभी? हाउ मच इज देयर इन द रियल एटमॉस्फेयर? हाउ मेनी ग्राम्स ऑफ मॉइस्चर इज देयर? एब्सोल्यूट ह्यूमिडिटी 10 मींस 10 चल रहा है. अब क्या हुआ एवरीवन? जस्ट लाइक शेयर मार्केट, टेम्परेचर इंक्रीज्ड. टेम्परेचर इंक्रीज की वजह से क्या हुआ? एयर एक्सपेंडेड. तो ये जो पार्सल था, द पार्सल बिकेम बिग, द पार्सल एक्सपेंडेड. व्हाई डिड द पार्सल एक्सपेंड? Because the temperature increased. Air parcel expand and doubled in size. Now how many molecules of water are there? Sir, 10 grams. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. 9 10. Yes. अब मुझे बताओ, what is the absolute humidity at this temperature? अब न्यू एब्सोल्यूट ह्यूमिडिटी बताइए कितना होगा? दैट स्टिल रिमेन्स 10 ग्राम. यस और नो? 10 ग्राम बाय हाउ मच इज द वॉल्यूम नाउ? 2 मीटर क्यूब, विच इज इक्वल टू 5 ग्राम पर मीटर क्यूब. टेल मी एवरीवन, did the amount of moisture change? Did the amount of moisture change? Did the amount of moisture change in the air? No. Amount of moisture did not change. What changed? The volume of the air changed. The air expanded. Now I am a meteorologist. I am interested in telling you, all of you, how much is the moisture in the air. I start using the value of absolute humidity. But in the atmosphere, is it a very normal thing for air to expand and compress? Air कभी भी expand हो सकती, compress हो सकती कि नहीं हो सकती है? Yes or no? True. And if that happens, my absolute humidity value changes. It is like Elon Musk. I am looking at his net worth and a lot of component is based on share market. And because the share market prices change, Elon Musk की net worth change हो जाती है. So I, as a meteorologist, would be happy with such a measure or unhappy? So for practical purposes, this is not used by meteorologists. Meteorologists do not use it. Seldom used by meteorologists. Is everyone okay? उनका यार ये यूज करने का फायदा ही नहीं, because the volume will keep on changing. How many of you understand what is absolute humidity and why the meteorologists don't use it? Everyone with me on this? Instead, what do they use? They use something called as specific humidity. This is also weight of water vapor. This is also weight of water vapor, not per unit volume. So this is weight of water vapor per unit weight of a given mass of air. Units will be gram per kg. So even if the air parcel expands now, उसका air का weight तो same ही रहेगा ना, kg रहेगा कि नहीं रहेगा? This is more constant and changes only when actual amount of water vapor changes. So we don't use absolute humidity because absolute humidity can change any time because the volume of the air will change. Yes or no? Not affected by expansion or compression of air due to temperature or pressure variation. Maximum at equator, maximum at equator and minimum higher in summer, lower in winters. Higher over oceans, lower over continents. So ये आपका specific humidity हो गया. इसको meteorologist can use if they are looking at, if they are measuring how much water vapor is there. So not in grams per volume, rather grams per kilogram of air, because even if the air expands, the air molecules, all the air molecules taken together, their weight will remain the same. It's just that it has expanded. So I am calculating how much, if 1 kg 1000 grams of air was there, out of those 1000 grams how much is water vapor. So अगर मेरे पास ये था, everyone, if this was 1000 gram air, I had 10 gram water vapor. Now what happened is, everyone, now what happened is, this air expanded. This air expanded, but still weight is still 1000 gram. And how much is my water? वो भी उतना ही है, 10 gram वो ही रहा. Is everyone okay with specific humidity? And why would it be maximum at equator? More evaporation. More evaporation, so more grams of water vapor in it. Why will it be higher in summers? Because summer again more evaporation. Why will it be higher in oceans? I just made you write down that oceans have more evaporation compared to precipitation. Is everyone with me? Are we clear? Specific humidity. Get that? So ये तो एक measurement वाला हो गया, absolute humidity and specific humidity. Now we have the third one. The most used method is called relative humidity. Yes, most useful measure of humidity for meteorologist, meteorological study. Meteorological study के लिए सबसे ज़्यादा important ये है. For this we need to understand what is this. So relative humidity, it refers to the ratio of amount of water, refers to ratio of amount of water vapor present in air to the what should I say, to the maximum water holding capacity or air's maximum vapor holding capacity at a given temperature. Please write this down and then we'll talk about this quickly. So we are talking about, this time what we have done is, this time we have measured the amount of vapor that is present and the maximum vapor holding capacity. So amount of water vapor that an air can hold, amount of water vapor that an air can hold is a function of its temperature. If the air is at high temperature, air molecules will spread out. There will be more space between the molecules and more water vapor can be accommodated. But when we cool the air, the intermolecular space will reduce and the amount of water vapor molecules that can be accommodated is less. Yes or no? So low temperature, low capacity, vapor holding capacity, high temperature, high capacity. So what you do is you find out how much is the actual amount of water vapor in grams, and also find out, which is fixed for a temperature, what is the maximum holding capacity. Both the units will cancel out and this will be called as RH. Yes, RH has no units. So RH, if I take RH is equal to vapor upon maximum vapor into 100. So RH is expressed in percentage terms. RH is equal to 100% implies uh, actual vapor is equal to the maximum holding capacity. Yes or no? At this time, air is called saturated. This air is called saturated air. 100% RH. 0% RH is actually unsaturated air. एकदम इसको हम कह सकते हैं ड्राई एयर. Once saturation comes, no more vapor addition possible. So now vapor will condense. So when RH is equal to 100, the vapor begins to condense. This is also called as saturation point or dew point. Is everyone with me on this? Why did we look at this so much? Because UPSC has been asking us what are the types of humidity, though it should not have been asked, but if it was asked, तो इसलिए हमने ये डाल दिया. And there is nothing geography about it. Geography कहाँ पर आती है? Geography was geography. This was science. ये तो science है. This also is mostly science. There is no geography in this. So geography हमें लेकर आना पड़ेगा when we are talking about distribution of relative humidity. Distribution of relative humidity. Distribution of relative humidity. What is the distribution of relative humidity? Quickly tell me, where do you think it will be more? Where do you think it will be less? Quickly, quickly. Where will relative humidity be more? Think about it. More on equator. So relative humidity, we are looking at maximum holding capacity. Holding capacity is more at equator. More at equator, but inverse proportional. Direct proportional to actual amount of vapor. That is also more at equator. Yes or no? So at equator, both the numerator and the denominator, both of them are high. At equator, numerator and denominator, both of them are high. But if we go to subtropical high pressure belt, वहां पे evaporation नहीं आता, amount of vapor नहीं है क्योंकि वहां पानी नहीं है. Yes or no? There what happens, ये temperature ज़्यादा है, ये temperature ज़्यादा है, but moisture कम है, so वो inverse हो जाएगा. पोल्स पर क्या है, द टेम्परेचर इज टू लेस, मॉइस्चर होल्डिंग कैपेसिटी इज टू लेस. थोड़े से भी वाटर वेपर में क्या हो जाएगा, दिस विल बिकम सैचुरेटेड, सो रिलेटिवली things will change. If you understood that, good. Otherwise, write this and think about it. First, maximum RH is observed around equatorial belt. High evaporation? Yes or no? High evaporation. Yes. It gradually decreases as one moves. Poles more due to less expansion. नहीं नहीं, यहाँ पर सोच के देखो, लेस एक्सपेंशन मत देखो, दो वेरिएबल्स हैं उसमें. इट ग्रेजुअली डिक्रीजेज एज वन मूव्स टूवर्ड्स STHP. क्यों? ये जोन ऑफ सिंकिंग compressing air. Air is sinking and compressing. Yes or no? Clear sky. No. No rain. No rain is happening. Yes or no? Moving poleward from 30 degrees, RH begins to increase gradually towards subpolar low. Towards subpolar low. Yes. तो अराउंड 60 डिग्रीज तक, 60 डिग्री लैटिट्यूड तक वो फिर से इंक्रीज करता है. बट पोलवर्ड ऑफ 60 degrees the RH reduces significantly. Why? Very cold temperature. Yes or no? very cold temperature and low moisture. However, it reduces significantly. However, you can write down. However, however, if moisture is available over oceanic regions, RH will rise अब I think first one is clear to all, second one is also clear, third one is also clear, fourth में कुछ को doubt हो सकता है. Yes, please have a look, understand and then we'll discuss. पहले इसको समझ लेते हैं and then we will see many things that will come out of this. Everyone with me? If any questions, please ask. The fourth one may create some confusion. Please look at them, think about them, and then we will be trying to understand them. So this was humidity. Next class में हम precipitation भी करेंगे. What is precipitation? Types of precipitation, forms of precipitation, the process of precipitation, where we will look at the Bergeron process and the collision coalescence process. बट पहले इसका बताइए जल्दी से, ये समझ में आया या नहीं आया? Poleward RH reduces क्यों? Everyone, let us look at this. First of all, can I say RH from this diagram? RH is directly proportional to moisture available. So at 0 degree, is there more moisture available or not? And at 60 degrees also is more moisture available because frontal lifting is happening. Yes or no? Everyone? More moisture available or not? Equatorial belt, high evaporation, and poleward 30, RH begins to increase towards this thing. Can I say frontal condensation? Yes. And can I say that in this, compared to this, relatively this has the least moisture. This has the least moisture. This has the least moisture. Yes or no? So it directly proportional से हो गया. अब RH is inversely proportional to the temperature also. Why? Because if your temperature goes down, your moisture holding capacity will change or not. So let us talk about the poles. Everyone, on poles, most of you are seeing that the temperature is very low. So what should RH be? RH should be high. Yes or no? You are seeing temperature is very low, the cold air is dense and there it is very, very cold. So inverse relation with temperature, RH should be very high. But the fact is there moisture available? Numerator में तो कुछ है ही नहीं. Sir, why not? Because when the air is very cold, its moisture holding capacity is reduced. Its holding capacity is reduced, so denominator is reduced, that's okay. But उधर evaporation भी तो बहुत कम होता है. Yes or no? So moisture available, can I say this is a function of evaporation? So on the poles, the temperature is so low that the evaporation is very, very low. And if you are on the continent, Siberia, then what will happen? Moisture available होगा ही नहीं. न्यूमरेटर में ही कुछ नहीं होगा तो डिनोमिनेटर से कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता. बट एज आई टोल्ड यू, हाउएवर, इफ मॉइस्चर इज अवेलेबल, जैसे ओशियानिक रीजन में, इफ एन ओशियानिक रीजन, RH will rise significantly. Is everyone okay with this? Sufyan is saying because of the contraction, high capacity in less in poles, for that reason RH is high. ठीक है? But next step is, Sufyan, I have taken your idea, which is absolutely okay. But Krishna, read what Sufyan has written, that because the temperature is too cold, air's moisture holding capacity is reduced. So आपका denominator क्या हो जाता है? बहुत छोटा हो जाता है. True or not? बहुत छोटा हो जाएगा. But tell me, if numerator ज़्यादा moisture ही नहीं है, दो चीज़ों पे depend करता है ना. One is the moisture available and other is the capacity. Capacity is reduced, I agree. So कम capacity पर भी saturation हो जाएगा. But होना तो चाहिए. But there should be or not. So when we are looking at should be moisture or not, that's what I said. If moisture is available, then it will increase. So Sufyan, that idea will apply if moisture is available. But when the moisture reduces significantly, ऊपर moisture ही नहीं है, capacity तो ठीक है. Capacity, say for example, there was a college which had capacity of 100 students. Yes, and 50 students were there in the college, so college was 50% saturated. Now if I reduce the capacity of the college to 50 and 50 students are also there, yes or no? 50 students are also there. So what will happen? Suddenly the RH, which was 50, will it become 100% or not? 100 seats wala college mein 50 students were there, RH was 50. Now the college has reduced its seats to 50 only. 50 seats and 50 students are available, so that is RH is equal to 100. But what is happening is, when we are making it very, very cold, the capacity of the air has reduced to 50. और स्कूल में बच्चे एडमिशन लेने नहीं आए, कॉलेज में एडमिशन लेने नहीं आए. If you have reduced the capacity, I get that, but only one student turned up, 50 आए ही नहीं. So is in spite of reducing the capacity, because you did not have the number of students applying or the amount of water vapor, actual vapor, so what will happen? Your RH will reduce. Sufyan, समझ में आ गया? So आपका जो concept लगा रहे थे, you were going for half the thing, only the denominator, I am adding the numerator also. So what we find is that in the polar region we might have an air which is unsaturated, very cold also, because it does not. But if moisture comes, it will immediately get saturated, and yes, things will happen. Then RH will, as I wrote down, RH will increase significantly. Is that okay? So everyone, I have a request. Saturday, Sunday, and also Monday, please revise what has happened in climate. It will happen that optional की classes खत्म हो जाएंगी, the classes will finish, and your syllabus, you will feel that I have done it, but the confidence will not be there. साथ में revise करिए. You have the advantage, 3 days a week. Please revise. When somebody said, sir, जब question लिखते हैं तो वैसा confidence नहीं आता, because we need to have concept clarity, we need to have vocabulary, and for that vocabulary I said that you can read. एक तो handouts आपको मिल रहे, handouts में read करिए उसको, and other than that, very specific areas from books like Savin Singh. Not everything to be read from there. So Savin Singh से हमें क्या पढ़ना है? तो Savin Singh से my request is, all of you you have to read types, forms, types of precipitation, form of precipitation, process of precipitation. स्पेसिफिक होमवर्क दे रहा हूं, टाइप्स ऑफ precipitation, forms of precipitation and process of precipitation. ये करना है फ्रॉम सविन सिंह, ठीक है. डू नॉट डू टाइप्स ऑफ ह्यूमिडिटी, डू नॉट डू. अगर वहां पर टाइप्स ऑफ ह्यूमिडिटी है वो कंफ्यूज करेगा, इसलिए मैंने आपको पहले ही करा दिया है. टाइप्स ऑफ ह्यूमिडिटी नहीं करना है. टाइप्स ऑफ प्रेसिपिटेशन, फॉर्म्स ऑफ प्रेसिपिटेशन एंड प्रोसेस ऑफ प्रेसिपिटेशन प्लस क्लाउड टाइप्स, ये करके आना है. इज एवरीवन ओके? दिस इज फ्रॉम सविंद्र सिंह. इफ यू हैव दैट बुक सविंद्र सिंह तो आप यूज कर सकते हैं. सविंद्र सिंह वहां से करेंगे. सर मेरे पास माजिद हुसैन है, मेरे पास ये है वो है, जहां से पढ़ना हो पढ़ लो. ये वाला टॉपिक देख के पढ़ना है, नॉट एवरीथिंग, नॉट एवरीथिंग, बिकॉज टाइप्स ऑफ ह्यूमिडिटी एंड अदर थिंग्स दे अननेसेसरली टेक यू इनटू द साइंस ऑफ इट. फिर खुद भी कंफ्यूज होते हैं, आपको भी करते हैं, तो वो मैंने आपके लिए करवा दिया यहाँ पर. एटमॉस्फेरिक ह्यूमिडिटी, व्हाट इज इट, एंड वी हैव आल्सो लुक्ड एट व्हाट इज मॉइस्चर, मॉइस्चर ट्रांसफर, एवरीथिंग वी हैव लुक्ड एट. तो जितने भी कॉन्सेप्चुअल पार्ट है दे विल बी डन. द टॉपिक ऑन हाइड्रोलॉजिकल साइकिल इज ऑल्सो डन. सो अगर हम सिलेबस में हैं, सो वी आर इन द सिलेबस. सिलेबस कहाँ गया? We are done with this. We are operating right now on types and distribution of precipitation. This is what your homework is. And we've just now finished what? Hydrological cycle. Hydrological cycle and humidity. The science part I had to convert it into geography. So usko maine geography mein convert kar diya. Otherwise the books unnecessarily take us to the science on it. Is everyone okay? So ye zarur karke aayenge. I will see you on Tuesday now. Thanks a lot, and please revise geomorphology, climatology. If you're serious about this examination, abhi se revise kariye, ratna nahi padega. You will not have to memorize, but please revise what has been done in the class. Most of the things we are either writing in the class or we are talking on that. Any place you are stuck, please repeat that video on a speed 1.5x. Thank you. Have a great weekend. Jai Hind.